Hi everyone, I'm Nghi. This is my midterm product. This video will have four main parts. The introduction about the tool I use, teaching context. Next is the process, how I make the game, how I adjust everything, and then a little bit demonstration to show how I use that on the classroom. And the last one is the pedagogical purposes of all the activity. Today, the tool I'm using is Genially. I choose Genially because it allowed me to transform a simple review activity into an interactive racing game. Instead of using a static PowerPoint or traditional worksheet, I choose Genially because it is time efficiency. Instead of building a game from scratch, I use an available board game template and adjust the content to fit my teaching objective. The structure, widgets, and interactive elements were already designed, so I only need to modify the question, rules, theme, and visual elements. Another reason that I choose is because it have multiple functions on one platform, just like the clickable card, the animated movement, the timer, the visual effects, and gifts. So I do not need to open multiple tabs and changing between them while teaching. The teaching context is a public secondary school classroom. The activity lasts 20 minutes. The students are 12 years old in grade 6. This is a second review lesson to prepare them for the speaking test. Previously, students have already learned the vocabulary structure and how to answer those questions for the whole chapter. In this context, I designed a racing team game called Survive in the Jungle. The students work in team and practice speaking through different types of cards. I designed this game to make student review more engaging because this is the second review lesson and students may feel bored with repeated question and answer activity. This is a digitalized game, which means students do not need to use their phone. Everything is controlled on the teacher laptop. So this is suited for a secondary school classroom because it only have one projector and students are not allowed to bring their phone. So now let's move to the making process. First, I ran the template to see how all the elements function before editing. The first things I changed were the card. In the original version, each card had two sides, one with a question and the other with an answer. However, I decided to use only one side to show the card color that student will pick and answer. There are three types of cards. Green cards is question cards with familiar question that students have already learned. These are easy and appear most frequently because the main purpose of this game is to give students more time to practice speaking. The yellow card is situation cards. They are similar questions but paraphrased with specific context or places. Students have to answer more personally and express their creativity. The red cards are danger or challenge cards, so students must name things in a learn categorized within 10 seconds. These usually appear near the end of the game to increase challenge, engagement, and competitiveness. For all types of cards, I rewrote the sentences, changed the colors for easier recognition, and added clear rules for students to follow. The original template is similar to a Monopoly game with money and buying houses. However, That function did not fit my plan to create a racing game, so I removed the house buying feature and kept the character tokens. The tokens are now used as a team representative: blue, green, yellow, and pink team. Here I changed the exit place of the token to be the start of the race, and then I added a finish line with funny gif to congratulate the winning team, because students at this age really enjoy memes. Then I added icons to each step to make the game more attractive and friendly. Students can imagine that they are going on an adventure through colorful lands such as a forest or a beach or a desert. I changed the name of the game to Survive in the Jungle so students can easily recognize the unit or section they are reviewing. I also changed the theme colors to green for the jungle. The team icons were moved to the right to create more space for decoration, like trees and lion, to match the jungle theme. I think the more cute it is, the more students will be engaged with the game. After finishing the layout and decoration, now it's time for increasing engagement and competitiveness by adding power-ups. There are four types. First, the bomb, which move back 3 steps, repeated twice. The jump forward 2 steps, that repeated 3 times. A card to kick a chosen team back 2 steps. A card to swap position. And a golden card to have a shield to avoid a bomb. So in the first half of the race, there are more power-ups and shows, so students can feel excited and motivated. In the second half, there are more bombs and challenges to increase competitiveness and make teams move backward and answer more questions. I choose this power-up sequence because I think it is a good way for engaging, also challenging the students so that they can answer more questions. Finally, I added a timer for the danger cards so all the students can see the countdown and I do not need to open another tab. After that, I ran the simulation one last time to check that all functions work properly. The timer can start and repeat many times because there are multiple danger cards. The dice is used to roll and the team tokens can be moved freely around the map. I choose not to let the token move automatically because it is easier to manage in class. There are some cases that students can come to the board and move their own team tokens, which increase the engagement. Or the teacher can move the token and then count with the student how many steps they have gone. So I think it is more interactive. The heart icon on each step can be clicked to open the card, showing the information and rules. Next is a demonstration part. where I will further explain why I choose to use physical cards instead of displaying the question directly on the screen, and show how the game actually runs in the classroom. This situation is the main reasons why I want to use the physical cards. There will be many times that the student roll and go to the same step. So if the question is permanent on a screen, this will be lack of flexible. While using physical card, I can easily change to the different question for each team that raise the flexibility and also more suitable for a speaking practice. In many speaking practice activity, only the stronger or the more confident students tend to participate actively, while weaker or shy students remain silent. So this game is also an effective way to encourage shy students to speak without making them feel scared or forced. Since the students answer as a team and sometimes ask each other the question, so the pressure is reduced. They do not feel like they are being individually tested in front of the whole class. is the end of the demonstration. So now I will explain the pedagogical purposes of this activity. So first is increasing the competitiveness and avoid boredom in the second review lesson. Instead of repeating traditional question and answer practice, students will feel excited through the racing format. The things that we use the cards will have some of the benefits. So first, the physical cards will help teacher to not always depend on the laptop. So the teacher can move around the classroom a little bit and like have the contact with student more than always stand at the laptop. It allows more flexibility in the classroom management. So at the same time, like in the video I have mentioned, it will avoid a repetition when the two students step into the same room. Okay, so um, the different types of cards, also the way of scaffolding the question. So the green is the easiest one, and then turn to the yellow is more difficult and require more creativity. All the decoration and power-ups like theme, gift, and icon will help to reduce anxiety, to lower the affective filter, that increase the willingness for students to join. Although this is a team game, but students will still be focused by teacher to correct to help them expand their idea, just like an informal formative assessment before the real test. So they play in team for more engagement and to help reduce the anxiety, but they still get answer individually. Regarding different scenarios, I think this game is kind of flexible. So if I want to use it for another unit or section in another chapter, I do not need to make the whole game again. I just need to prepare a new cards and then keeping the same structure and mechanics. For online classes or home practice, I can create one more version so that the question is online, show on the digital cards, so that student can play independently at home or can use it online. So overall, the activity is adaptable, engaging, and easy to modify for different teaching contexts. This is the end of my presentation about the product. Thank you very much for listening to this really long video. And although the demonstration parts didn't meet my expectation, however, I still feel that it is a really good chance for me to try. And I really appreciate this like project that have give me a chance to do all of these things on the first time of my life.